there was a lot of rumor and speculation with Malakai Black, and obviously people saying that his release was confirmed from AEW, and that was the reason he had that curtain call from All Out. But he took to Instagram this week and, thanked everybody for, the well wishes and being appreciated, whatever. But he did address the situation of him and his release. And, he brought up issues with his mental health, some issues medically, had setbacks, a suicide in his family, and a close friend as well. So there's things mentally that he has to take care of. However, he did say that a few narratives online in regards to his quote release, in quotes, the word was really in quotes, release, mental health in my personal life that I could summarize swiftly, didn't come from me and it didn't happen. Stuff about conditional releases, stuff in my marriage, and using said mental health to leverage the other when I said before that wasn't even going to be part of the public conversation are false. My marriage is fine. I am fine. It's just time to make sure these things stay that way. And on top of that, he did appear at a wrestling show this week where he wrestled Kid Bandit, and he basically just reiterated this in a promo saying that he will be back in time, but he's got to focus on himself first. So did the dirt sheets get it wrong again in reporting that the release did not happen? And adding to, unless you actually hear from the sources themselves, take anything you see online with a grain of salt.
I honest to God wouldn't be surprised if they got it wrong. Because what happens is one person reports it and then everybody else kind of takes it as absolute fact. We just did it. We talked about CM Punk and the fact that somebody speculated that it's pointing in the direction that he will no longer wrestle. Well, hearing it from CM Punk or Tony Khan saying this guy's been released or I've been released is completely different than, it certainly seems like they're going to get rid of him. And then, the next headline you see is sources say CM Punk will be released. It just, that's kind of unfortunately how things are because everybody likes to sensationalize the headline for clicks and ads and all that other stuff. It's unfortunate. I hope that everything obviously is okay with him and he ends up coming back, whether it's in AEW or whether it's in WWE, wherever he may end up. But could just be a little break. Who knows?
It could be. I mean, it's interesting because they're still using the House of Black name in AEW with Brody King and Buddy Matthews. So unless they eventually do a storyline where those two break apart and the House of Black is no more, you would think when Malakai Black's ready to go, a post like this on Instagram would basically say like, I'm still with AEW. And by putting the word release in quotes is like, I wasn't released, guys. I never said I was. AEW never said I was. I'm just taking time off. What's wrong with that? The AEW World Champion right now is supposed to take a 6-week vacation. MJF just took 3 months off. Guys just need time off. Especially now in today's world where like everything gets talked about in and out of the ring and everyone just assumes everything's a work now when it's not. Yes. There's some validity to these things. And sometimes, now we think everything is a shoot. And there's no validity to it. When we need things to be a work, everyone thinks it's a shoot. And when things need to be a shoot, everyone thinks it's a work. You gotta love pro wrestling sometimes.